Okay, enough of cinematics. Now, coming back to the topic, you would have guessed that we are talking about the bike, right? Which bike? That also it is very much evident from the photographs that I have shared in the cinematics that you saw just now. Okay, so let's begin with the bike. I'll not tell you anything about the technical specifications, seat height, and all blah 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 blah. Yes, seat height is one of the major points that I'll talk, but at the end. So let's talk about the bike. How has been my experience with the past 15,500 kilometers that I have driven this bike? Well, and also about the modifications that I have done to this bike, right? So let me show it to you. Well, as you can see, this is the top box that has been mounted. This costs pretty less, 2,500 rupees. Then this mobile holder from Zana, the GPS mount from Zana. This mobile holder, the fog lamps of HJG. Yes, and this crash guard. This is again from Zana. Well, I have not mounted this saddle stay out here because this top box serves my purpose. It carries enough of luggage, and after that, if there is anything left, what I do is I put it up out here, right? And this helps me take long drives with lots of ease because what it does is that it lends me back support as well. My height is not that great. I am 5 feet 6 inches tall, and this seat, this is a low height seat that I got from Suzuki, and I got it for free. This low seat is not very comfortable on the long rides, as it is a bit on the firmer sides, and after let's say 150 odd kilometers your bumps start spinning, right? So if you want, I think I have not yet tried that original seat that came along with it. I also have that. I have never tried it. So this seat that I got from Suzuki, I got it fitted at the service and at the time of delivery itself, and I'm using it. The original seat is at my place, but people say that the original seat has a bit of cushioning, so that gives you a lot of support. Okay, now coming to the right, there is no handlebar risers that I have fitted. This is the original stock situation that I have. This goes pretty good with me. And if I talk about the long rides, I have driven this bike in one go. The longest has been around 2200 kilometers in 3.5 days. The video of that I have already posted on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. So 2200 kilometers in 3.5 days. It was a pretty long drive that I undertook to my hometown and came back the next day. So it was a pretty good experience, and the bike performed flawlessly, right? Before this bike, I even had a Royal Enfield Thunderbird. The review is already there on my YouTube channel. So that review, you can check it out. But the problem with that bike was that it was pretty heavy, and post 85-90 lots of vibration crept in while driving, and then when you stop you felt that lots of ants are moving around on your hand or on your body. So I thought of selling it out, and in the city it was a pretty cumbersome one. This bike weighs 167 kgs, and it's pretty light and nimble in the city. It's approximately something, I think, what the normal pulsars weigh. This is the weight of this bike is the same. Then coming to the highway manners, well, you can easily take this bike up to 110, 120. It will easily go, and it can keep on cruising. And the best part is, since this bike has got an oil cooler, I'll show it to you. This bike has got an oil cooler. This is the oil cooler. This is not a liquid cool. This is the oil cooler radiator that is there. The moment you fire up the engine, and when you, from that moment, let's say even if you have done a drive of 500-600 kilometers, and when you stop the engine or when you halt somewhere, the engine is running and you can hear the same sound. There's no difference in the sound. Alright, so this is all about the bike. This bike is pretty reliable. The Japanese, the Japanese machines are already reliable. They are pretty good. So that is the reason I bought this bike, because you understand that riding a bike which weighs around 200 odd kgs in traffic, it's how difficult it is. Well, now coming to the pillion seat. This pillion seat that you see, it is wider than what comes in Royal Enfield. It is much more wider, and it is pretty good. So you can ride this bike along with the pillion for long period of time. And since this is a top box that I have fitted, this top box has this backrest also, so this lends lots of support to the person sitting out here, so you can easily fit in and you don't have the tension of falling back. So this is another good thing in the top box. Well, now coming to the comparison of this Suzuki SX250 with along with the competitors, there are a lot many 250cc bikes that are available in the market. The most famous one being the KTM Duke 250. Then you have got a Pulsar. Pulsar have got 125, 200, 225, 250, 300, 400, and all the different specs of Pulsars in their stable. But this machine, this is really smooth, and let me tell you that this bike, this is a head turner. Wherever you go, it draws lots of attention. The reason being, the shape of this V-Storm, the Baby Storm, is somewhat similar to the 800cc V-Storm that is being sold in the market. And this, and especially if the color is yellow or this orange, this attracts lots of eyeballs, lots of attention, and especially from the Ferrari sex, they tend to get attracted towards this. And since there is this fairing, so what happens is that this is something that lends a big bike feel, coupled with a 19-inch tire front and a 17-inch tire at the rear, and that too a pretty wide tire. So this grabs lots of attention. There are many a times I have been stopped and I have been asked that what is the cost of this bike. So at a ex-showroom, at a on-road price of around 2.5 lakhs, this bike, I think it is a pretty good deal for anyone who wants an all-rounder type of stuff. You want to ride it in city, you can do it. You want to take it on highways, you can do that. You want to go easy cruising with it, again, you will be happy with it. So all in all, this is a complete all-round package, and the best part is it doesn't require any special skill like the one that is required to ride a KTM. Well, and one of the important things that I wanted to cover is what is the fuel efficiency of this bike. Well, in the normal city driving conditions, I get around 35, 36, 37, or even sometimes I've got 38. But once you take it on the highways, if you are cruising at a speed of, let's say, 95, 100, the fuel efficiency that this bike gives me is around 40 kilometers to a liter. Well, above 100, definitely the fuel efficiency starts dropping, and it might even drop down to below 35, or even sometimes if you are in a spirited mode, then definitely it will go down to around 30 to 33. So it depends how you drive the bike, everything depends on it. So you will have to take your own decision if you want to extract average, if you want to have both, or if you want to just extract average, or you want to go pretty fast, do some spirited driving. That everything depends on the way you want to ride it or you want to drive it. So that's all about this the fuel efficiency. Well, now enough of positives. Now let me talk about some negatives of this bike as well. Anything cannot have only positives, and positives. The first and the foremost thing is that since this is a very tall bike, this is pretty tall. So this low, I am 5'6.5". So with this low seat that I got from Suzuki, I keep on tiptoeing all the time. So if you are below 5'6", definitely this bike is, I'll not say not for you. You will be a very, very conscious driver. That once you stop it in the traffic, how do you stop it? How do you balance yourself out? So that is something that you need to check it out. Okay, first thing. The second thing is about the service of Suzuki, which is one of the major challenges that anyone can face. Out here in Faridabad, the showroom from where I got it, that is A1 Suzuki. These guys are totally non-professionals. They are not at all customer friendly, and if you take your bike for a service, they would simply wash it, clean it, do oil change, chain clean, air filter, one of few things which any Tom, Dick and Harry can do. they will do it and just give the bike back to you. The reason I am telling you this is because within 1 year of purchase of this bike, I faced the issue of battery dying down. I parked it for, let's say, around 10 days, wherein I was out of station, and after I was back, the bike did not start. Why? Because the battery was already pretty low. So I somehow started it, took it to the service center, and trust me, when I talked to the person in charge, who is the owner of A1 Suzuki, I talked to him. I'll not take his name. I talked to him and I complained it to him. He said that, okay, no, you can drive it. Most probably it was parked for a pretty long time. So that is the issue. That is the reason why you are facing this issue. Okay, fine. I agreed to whatever he says. So after a few days, again, I faced this issue, and that time it was in my office. In the evening, when I tried to start it, it did not start. Again, I had to push start it with the help of some of the local guys who were there. Third time, and the worst part is that when this was happening, I switched the ignition off, and then when I switched it on, just I was putting on the helmet, and within a span of 5 to 7 seconds, it takes hardly maximum 10 seconds to put on your helmet. So within a span of 10 seconds, the battery died down. I again complained to the owner of A1 Suzuki. He said, okay, you'll have to drop it. I'll have to do this formality, that formality. You can keep on driving. So this was a clear cut complaint that was given to the service center. But I was surprised to see their response. They did not want to help or cooperate. I even complained to one guy, Pawan. He is the regional service manager. I don't know what is, directly from Suzuki. And trust me, guys, that guy, he took it in writing from me that, okay, my problem has been solved. And how I solved it, I replaced the battery myself, out of my own pocket, wherein I had complained it before the expiry of term of 1 year. I got it replaced from outside. I complained it to him, to that guy Pawan. He called me after, I don't know, around 15 to 20 days, when the complaint when he saw the complaint was open in his Suzuki portal. He said, okay, so you give it to me in writing that, okay, my complaint has been solved. What I'll do is that next time when you come for service, I will see to it that I can compensate to you in some other way, because since you have replaced the battery, that guy will not take the battery back. So I said, okay, fine. And then trust me, what happened, guys, that very easily Pawan said that, oh, the complaint has been closed. I have not said anything. So that is the level. See, both are Suzuki. One is this Suzuki, the other one is that Suzuki, right? You complain just once to that Suzuki, and everyone will be on their feet and at your doorsteps trying to sort out your issues. But you complain to this Suzuki, this one, these guys, they will very cleverly negate all of that and prove you to be wrong, right? So these Suzuki guys, the showroom guys, they are not to be trusted. As simple as that. If this is to be done, do it. I even got opted for the additional extended warranty. You know what? I told them that make an entry in the service booklet for this extended warranty. They said, sir, आपका तो हो रखा है, सब हमारे रिकॉर्ड में दिखा रहा है. I said, shut up and do the entry and put a stamp. They did not even put a stamp, because I know what was in their mind. Let's say if there is something wrong that happens with me, they would simply say that you have not done it, and they would delete my records. It is as simple for them. So you will have to be very, very careful. Well, there's one more issue that I faced with this bike, that once, I don't know what happened, that there was a case of blown fuse. That's it. So other than that, there's nothing that is problematic with this bike. Definitely the headlight, this is pretty weak, and let's say they don't serve any other purpose other than making your presence felt on the road. They don't illuminate the road. I don't know why all the automobile manufacturers are now opting for these LED lights. Everywhere they are opting for these white LED lights, which does not do any job other than just making your presence felt on the road and blinding the oncoming traffic. That's it. So out of compulsion, I had to fix these lights. And trust me, guys, whenever I ride my bike, I use that yellow low beam one, and that is 100 times much more effective in illuminating the road than these white lights. These are simply stupid lights, which are of no use. Most probably the guys you do it for just for the purpose of showing off, flaunting off. But trust me, guys, this is useless. Yes, one more thing about this suspension. This is a widely known thing. This suspension, this one, the rear suspension, this is literally useless if you're riding alone. It is so hard, it's so hard, stiff suspension, that all the bumps on the road, they seem to transfer back onto your lower back, and you will have literally a great pain in it, right? So I don't know that despite this ground clearance, despite this wheel clearance, you see this is pretty huge, right? They could have given a softer suspension setup, which is there, which comes in Himalayan or something, Himalayan or other bikes, which makes the bike a really comfortable tourer on the road. Because this bike, see, this bike is not meant for off-roading. If you want to go for severe off-roading, this is not for you. This bike is just for your touring, sports touring, right? If you want to go for off-roading, yes, definitely you can go, but that will be a very lesser extent, because the ABS is not switchable, right? ABS is not switchable, so you will have to be very careful in what you want to do with this bike. Yes, guys. One thing is definitely good, that the service cost is not so much. It hardly comes to around 1600, 1700 odd rupees for a normal service that you get done from the service center. So definitely you can go ahead and purchase this bike. There's no special skill, as I said in the beginning, that there's no special skill that is required to ride this. This is pretty much a bike with a very smooth and linear acceleration. It is not that it accelerates something very fast or very slow. It accelerates in a pretty linear way. So any guy who is wanting to, let's say, upgrade from his 100cc to 250cc bike, which serves most of the purpose, you can go ahead and buy this. You will never regret the decision to buy this bike. And trust me, this bike is a head turner. So best of luck for your future decisions. And if you want to buy this bike, go ahead and buy this. Don't even think twice about it. This is pretty good. And thanks for watching my videos, and please do like, share and subscribe if you like it. Definitely, that's up to you. Even if you don't like it, if you can dislike it. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay. Don't want to share, please do it with someone who wants to buy this bike, right? Thanks for watching.